What's going on, everyone? The last video didn't have audio, so I'm redoing it real fast and all that bullshit. So the thing I was talking about is, well, first off, I think that I actually look a little bit better than I thought I was going to be doing all this bullshit. I need to do more tonnage and all that bullshit. That's what all that bullshit was about. I need to do more of these, like, these thingies and all those thingies, but one step at a time. So the general thing, I'm going to summarize it because I want to go back to playing StarCraft 2. I'm either going to be using filters or finish cleaning my apartment because this is just my kitchen and I'm still cleaning up and have to do dishes and all that bullshit. I got these two wicked monitors now. I'm probably going to be playing more video games and not dealing with bullshit like coding, shit, arguments, and all that bullshit. Um, I'm also going to probably be playing more swings in crypto and Forex and all that bullshit. Okay, so Tiffany woke my ass up this morning to basically beg me for more money. Um, which she's already been doing for a couple of months. So probably her hiatus bullshit is more about her needing money because it costs money to be an idol, believe it or not. A lot of these bitches are running at a deficit. So I'm not playing any more of her bullshit games. I'm not even the one, it's not even up to me at this point in time because I just don't want to deal with anyone's bullshit. I don't want to deal with anyone's family bullshit. So there's always, again, what Tiffany's trying to do is she's trying to pull rank. Again, it's like in the end of Rome, if you've ever watched it, when and I've said this before, when the bitch is like, "Oh, if it's pardon me, but I should go before. If you consult the priests," and she's like, "Look, you little trollop, I'm going first." That's kind of what it is. Why did Tiffany get my niece involved? Because she's trying to pull rank. She's, I'm the most important woman in your life. That's not even what this is about. Okay, you're the hottest woman in my life, hands down. The most important woman would be my niece until you give me a reason to not have her be like a child, right? And my mom is just look. My mom grew up on a farm in Peru, so there's a lot of things my mom's not good at, and that's not what this is about. That's what all my other videos are about. What my mom is really good at is order. Like, I'll put it like this: the Peru she grew up in is different than I don't think it even exists anymore. That's probably a good thing because as a kid, I remember putting my hand out the window and oh, catch the air, the air. This is like what they say about the airplane books. And she's like, put your hand back in the window, otherwise someone's gonna come up with a machete and chop it off because that's what they do in Peru and shit like that. Um, my mom order. So you, Miss Huang Ji, whatever the fuck it is, young, magnetic moon, my soulmate, gonna exalt the holy trinity of defeatedness, humilitude, whatever the fuck it is Cyhax is saying, right? You're barking up the wrong tree because my mom, look, my grandma, Mamita, is like 97, okay? Like, they live to, like, my mom is already planning on like moving to like a house next to the temple so she can like pray every day and live to be like 225 and shit like that just so she can pray and meditate every day. Like, you have not reached the level of control freakitude that a Spanish woman who wanted to be a nun until she found out that you can, wait a minute, temple marriage, that sounds complicated and incredibly controlling. Okay, that's the new thing. Like, that's kind of like what you're up against, okay? So I don't I could easily fund Tiffany's entire solo career, Girls' Generation career, all that bullshit. Her timing was shitty, and she failed a bunch of tests because she can't be trusted with money because she thinks $100,000 is a lot of money. She just goes Josin all the time over nothing. All right, it's in her blood to go Josin. So whenever someone does shit like that, like when my pit bull got out of hand, dropped her off at my mom's house. Mom trained her. Okay, so Tiffany goes Josin too much. If Tiffany wants to make this work, if Tiffany expects to keep on being an idol and all that bullshit, or whatever the fuck it is, where she also pops at babies and makes YouTube videos like Sanjia does and all that bullshit. And on the occasion puts out music, and on the occasion does a show, and on the occasion blah blah blah. But every week she's got a new video, and keep up to date that way, and subscribe or whoever whatever gives a fuck, right? If she wants me to foot any of those bills, she has to show up. Okay, I wanted to see what she would do with the other bullshit, and I'm also gonna say this: if it was anyone other than Tiffany, we'd be on round 2 with the feds. When I got the feds involved before I knew she's Stephanie. Now that I know she's Stephanie, I kind of sort of did put my foot in my mouth. Okay, oops. But not that much. Not as much as you're going for. All right? So, Tiffany, the only way Stephanie can move forward is Stephanie's got to show up with her little like pink thingamajiggy and her like travel kit with her like skincare routines and all that bullshit. Oh, my balls itch. Hold on. Gotta scratch them, right? And then shows up, edge of the bed, fucking your throat for an hour. I'm gonna slam that all fucking night. You're gonna get all those yoga twists in, and then after you've like squeezed all the sheets and done all my dishes and all that bullshit, you've reached nirvana. You'll be like planning about like, oh, am I pregnant yet? Am I carrying his seed yet? I can still feel it inside me. Oh, wow, and all that bullshit, because that's what they say afterwards. I've heard so much crazy shit that they've said afterwards. And then when you're in that like euphoric state, I'm like, hey, let's go for a ride. Bring your toothbrush thingamajiggy. Why my toothbrush thingamajiggy? And then we're gonna go for a 2-3 hour drive out to the middle of bumfuck, and I'm gonna drop you off at my mom's house like you were my pit bull. And she's going to train you and take you for a walk and sit you down and explain, no, we can't do that because we live in a society and people have feelings and you can't do that. Sit down. Not time yet. And you're going to have to deal with all that Peru bullshit. And one of 2 things is going to happen. I'm either going to get a phone call. It's like, oh, we're having such a great time. Stephanie's so wonderful. She loves painting, and she's a good dancer, and she's gotten involved in the community around here. And could she stay for a little bit longer? She's got to play in the catch and all that bullshit. So, I mean, I'm coming down to get her, but it's up to you guys, right? And then, or, you come get her now! You come get her! I can't believe she can't be potty trained! She's so responsible! It's going to be one of those 2. It's not up to me because you stole from a child. So you've got to literally beg for forgiveness from the matriarch of the family, and it's up to her because I'm not dealing with any more of this bullshit. I'm not. I don't mind footing the bill. I'm not dealing with your bullshit. You need to be potty trained.